Tell me where to go, what to do.
To another flow.
Tell me where to go, what to do.
To another flow.
Show me the stars. Show me the stars. Get it poppin', put it. Get it poppin', put it.
To another flow.
Get it poppin', put it.
To another flow.
Get it poppin', put it.
To another flow.
Hello. Oh. Are you muted?
Now I'm not. What up? What up?
Oh. What up? My camera's unavailable again.
That's fine. I'm just gonna be ball green for tonight.
Yep, seems to be the trend.
Yeah, just another week. How you been?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Was last podcast literally the last time we talked?
I think so. I've been getting real busy, so
Recruiting season.
I wouldn't be. Yeah, just I'm starting to actually get people in and having to get like the balance of managing people and doing the prospecting and processing, and like the paperwork side is a lot. So getting that in, and then it's also like hitting that time of year, where kids are like starting to realize they don't have a plan, so they're starting to actually talk to me.
Yeah. Like
It's becoming extremely busy.
I mean, college admissions are all like out now, right? Like that's so
Yeah.
like, people kind of know like whether you got into college or not. Like, what's your next best option from here?
Yeah, and they're starting to realize like, oh, these are the prices, like these are crazy.
Yeah.
And so then they talk to us because they want help or whatever, paying for it.
Yeah.
Or it's just this is something they've thought about doing, and now that I'm sure schools are hammering them every day with careers and stuff.
Yep.
Like, what do you want to do for your future? And they're starting to really hammer it home. And when it hits, they go, oh, maybe I want to look into that.
At least.
And I'm also just at the point where I've actually like been able to spread my brand.
That's good.
So my brand's getting out there, and people are calling me and stuff, which is nice.
Paul the brand man.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the flip or the script flipping on this one.
Yep.
But you get to watch any League of Legends last week?
No, yeah, I did. I watched
I'll let you pick where you want to start.
Hell, it's hard to talk about the NA games. I mean, they were all pretty much curb stop after curb stop after curb stop as far as series goes. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a 20k gold lead in like 20-ish minutes, bro.
I know I haven't. That's for sure.
That was crazy. I mean, I know like people were mad that Lion didn't end it as quick as possible, but I was like, that's wild, bro. They're up so much. And it didn't look like, C9 was really being that threatened at all.
No, they
I
weren't.
guess you could say a little, but it didn't look like they were struggling. Uh, TL kind of just did their thing, and it didn't look that bad. Lion seemed fine. Like Saint literally took everything everyone said to heart.
For now, I don't know how much of that call me a hater, but like, you do 1 week of not inting with 3 weeks of inting. I need to see a second before I fully believe it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think you're wrong on that. It's just like it gotta put a little bit of respect where it's due. To like come out swinging that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, he died once, I think, or
One,
twice.
one single time the entire series.
What was his like KDA for the
It's
series?
like 29 or something like that.
Jeez, bro.
Yep.
That's
The
crazy.
boys got it. The question is, do they have
Archie,
it?
were those 20K leads in 20 minutes? That's all I'm
I
curious
know the
about.
L-
I'm
the
sure they
LEC
did
one, I
happen.
think, was, if I'm not mistaken, it was
Okay.
right around the same. The LPL, I don't know, because I remember watching the 20K LEC game, and that was just a slaughter. It was like one of
Yeah,
the most
that's
brutal things
crazy
I've
for
ever
them
seen.
too. I just was shocked. I was like, because I don't think it was something anybody really expected.
Yeah.
Because Lion was kind of in a weird place. Fly didn't seem that bad. But then Lion just went out there and was like, hey, we're setting the tone now, and it is what it is. I
Yep.
was like, okay, bro.
I mean, it hopefully makes for a fun series this weekend.
Mhm.
If it's a stomp this weekend, oh god, dude, that sucks.
Yeah.
We need something.
Honestly, is Sen like the weakest team
Oh, by a mile.
of the four?
I watched Mind the Gap with Jat and Vedius. I've watched pretty much every podcaster is out there. I don't see a single person giving Sentinels more than a game. And even then, I think most people are predicting 3-0 to either of Lion or TL over Sentinels. And like they don't
Yeah.
put it particularly close.
I mean, honestly, it does feel like one of those. This just seems like a recipe to get the team that wins the first series hot.
Yep.
And I know there are people in League who don't believe in momentum. Like, I always see that whenever I'm talking about momentum, people will be like, that's not a thing. And it's like, bro, but fire, when you catch fire, it's real.
Yeah.
Like, you just get rolling and that's that. I mean, you can still stop people who are hot, but it's so hard.
So would you who will have more momentum? TL or Lion coming from Friday's series, or C9 having not lost a game?
I would think TL or Lion just because of the weekend, like in the weekend sense.
Yeah.
I'm not saying C9 really has pressure because I don't think they do. I mean, it's winner split. It's not, end all be all. I mean, they want to win, but it's just not, and I don't think it's as high pressure as like a spring or summer. But I'm still sure there's some pressure there when you're defending your undefeated split.
To be fair, they've
And,
had one loss against FlyQuest, like a single game.
well, yeah,
But
that's true. That's
to
true.
my understanding, they are going to be the first.
That's a good point.
I think they will be the first team in LCS history to ever go undefeated in playoffs. I can't think of a time that a team has ever gone undefeated before.
I see.
Can you?
No.
I don't think there's any of them. Like I think everybody's lost at least one game. Even did TL, I guess TL 2018 maybe? Did TL 2018 summer? LCS playoffs 2018. Because that was the biggest stomp that I can remember. And I'm pretty sure TL dropped a game somewhere in there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they did. They went 3-0 C9, 3-1 Echo Fox, and 3-0 100 Thieves.
I mean, I'd be pretty surprised if they went 3-0 against TL or Lion at this point. Assuming like one of the two is going to get quite a boost from beating up on Sen.
I mean, you would assume, but no, 2020 C9 lost a single game in playoffs. So this would be the first ever, this version of C9 is legitimately going for history.
Mm.
Which is what I think makes this weekend really, really interesting. Because like even
Yeah.
though I expect games to be close, there is a clear world where C9 could still win 3 very close games.
Mhm.
I don't know. Would you take
No, that's interesting.
which do you think is more likely? TL or Lion
Hmm.
winning the split or C9 going undefeated?
TL or Lion winning more than them
Really? Okay.
going undefeated. I don't think they're gonna just like. I don't think the other two are gonna roll over at this point.
I hope not. I really hope not.
But it's still possible. It's not like it's one of those things where it's way out of the realm. It's still there.
Obviously I like to see C9 lose, but you know me, I'm also a big fan of history. I like watching history be made. And I'm low key pulling for the 3. Like if it's gonna be put this way, if it's anything other than the 3-0, then I want C9 to lose. If it's a 3-0, I want C9 to win.
Okay. You don't want it to be one of those things where like TL or Lion just wins 9 games this weekend.
As much fun as that would be, we've seen a bunch of losers bracket runs before. So like it's not
Yeah.
it's not unfamiliar territory, and honestly, you kind of expect it with momentum. At least a little bit. I don't think anybody's expecting like you said, I don't think anybody's expecting C9 to just 3-0 this weekend. And because of that, it would be kind of historic. Oh, well, it obviously would be historic as is, but you're adding that extra level on top of it.
Yeah.
And then the conversations begin. Then the classic NA problems happen. But I'll save that for if they do it. I don't want to get ahead of the ball. We have 2 weeks after finals are done to officially go there.
No, yeah, that is for sure.
But I know this is early. We got a bunch of other topics we can get into. But what's your official prediction for this weekend? Like, give me the score line of each and every day.
I think Lion 3-1 TL, like beats TL, and then Lion probably 3-0's Sen, and then I think C9 3-1's Lion.
Okay.
That's my guess. C9's playing pretty locked in. And I don't know if Dokla can handle
Thanatos.
And I just don't think I think Berserker's playing good bottom lane.
Yep.
But I don't think it matters if bottom lanes are like overtly ahead type of thing.
Yeah.
Or powerful. Maybe it does. But I don't think it will.
Shocker, I'm going to disagree. I'm going 3-1 TL over Lion, 3-0 TL over Sentinels, 3-2 TL over C9. I'm going to take the TL wave. I'm going to take the TL wave. TL wins it all. And they continue their streak of never losing a lock-in tournament.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like usual. I mean, they do win a lot of them.
They do. Now, does that mean anything for later in the year? No, absolutely not. But there's a world where I see them getting hot, clicking, and it just riding the wave this weekend.
Yeah.
And I think their initial matchup against C9 was the first game was already close before they tilted and had a terrible draft in that second game when they played early in the season. And I think C9 has pretty much looked on par with that level for the most part throughout this entire split. They elevated a little bit, but I think the difference between TL at the beginning of the year versus TL now that they had that 2 week break, granted it was against a weaker opponent, but just in general, like the cohesion and how they're playing, I think is drastically different. And because of that, I think it's close. I can see a world again. I see a world where either one of them wins it, but I am going to go 3-2 TL in the final.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Which I did want to see. Has it sold out? Our final sold out in the Riot Games arena. Place your guess. Do you think that it's sold out?
Yes, I do.
It is in fact sold out. Finals are entirely sold out.
I was gonna say there's no way it's not. 200 people, whatever that is, 150.
Now Saturday, Sentinels versus them. Let's see. Tickets available on Saturday. Still quite a few left on Saturday. Basically the entire back row, a bunch of general admission, 3, 6, 9, 12, 12 plus 6, 18, 20, 22. There's about 24 seats excluding the back row, and then the back row is what? 27, 10 through 20. Their seating numbers are weird. I don't know. Either way, there's quite a few tickets left available for Sunday still. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't think a ton of. I mean, Sen just so far that has not been the greatest thing we've done. I low-key did not think. I'm not saying 100 Thieves was this massive brand, but I did not. I think we severely underestimated how many people liked 100 Thieves, I guess, and don't care about Sen coming.
I don't know if I don't know if I go that far yet. I think Sentinels has a
So I
pretty
don't-
big fan base, and you got to give them time to see if they can convert it over. But 100 Thieves, I think, maybe I'm a little bit scarred by like the last year, but I felt like interest, even though the players were cool, like interest still very much was kind of waning for the org, at least within League of Legends. Like their series were never able to pop up all that much.
Yeah, well, were they not? I thought they were starting to blow up.
Their viewership on their games, wasn't. Here, I'll give you the answer for last split. LCS or LTA North
Oh yeah.
split 3 viewership. Let's find out. Because I don't think they had that many series in the top 5. The finals will obviously be the first one, so you can kind of discount that. But from there, I'm pretty sure they. Oh, never mind. Their 2 series were pretty popular. The C9 series was the most viewed of the entire season. And then
Okay.
finals was Fly versus 100. Was that the finals? Fly versus 100 Thieves? Yeah, I think it was, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Either way, never mind. Those 2 were up there. So finals weekend, they popped off. And then their 100 Thieves versus Shopify. Oh, so maybe they were. Maybe I'm downplaying a little bit just how, maybe how on the men they were.
Yeah, and maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't them. Maybe it just felt like there was that Sen is not really bringing a pop, and I thought they were going to kind of bring that a little more aggressively. It just doesn't feel like they're doing that, and I know it is young in their time. They have plenty of time to figure it out.
How's your
But-
brother feeling about it?
Sen, he doesn't care at all.
Really?
I don't think he cares at all.
He
Yeah,
couldn't get
no.
into it.
No, I think he's he just cares more about the FPSs and stuff.
So, how's his thoughts on the drama around their FPS side right now?
Oh, I have no idea.
Because all I know is Rob, the CEO, was apparently addressing the Sen drama while doing the while doing the LCS watch party this past weekend.
Oh,
So I don't know.
what was the Sen drama?
If somebody in chat wants to give us a TLDR, more than happy to hear it. But I think it was just like their squad's basically like last place, and
Oh,
they need to
okay.
like figure out what's going on from there.
Yeah.
Archie said Sen's fan base is disappearing super fast with the tens drama and now the VCT drama. I don't know if I'd say it's disappearing, but
I don't know the Tens drama.
yeah,
Is that I
I don't know.
I think that's the kid whose girlfriend left him.
Yeah, but that would be affiliated with the org. That wouldn't have any like drawback to Sentinels, even if that was.
But is he not a 100 Thieves player? I thought he hasn't been a player
no,
for a while.
he was with Sentinels for a bit, wasn't he?
Or Sen, yeah, I thought he hasn't been a Sen player
No, but
for
he
a
was
long
like their
time. Though.
co-streamer or some shit.
Oh, okay.
Tens is Sentinels Bjergsen. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So
they're cooked.
I don't know. I don't know.
That was the end of TSM. Although TSM kind of didn't try very hard to laugh.
Yeah. Sen, to their credit, you know, even though the roster is interesting at points, I don't know. It doesn't do as much for they haven't knocked it out of the park. Also, their content's been very they killed it at the beginning for content, but it has since slowed down a little bit, I think. I mean, they do the co-stream VODs, which is like great. They get their I don't like how they hang on. I don't like how they stack like double lift in all their cameras. It's like really weird looking to me.
Mm-hmm.
They did notably put Cadril in the thumbnail of the last one. They did a 3 League Pros versus 5 Silver players earlier this week, which like
Okay.
that would have worked 2 years ago, but nowadays, like, But their podcast didn't do bad. I don't know. It's just not hitting for me. I guess is the best way of saying it. I don't know why.
No, yeah. I feel the same way. I think that's why I was just saying I think it's a little they just haven't shocked me.
Yeah.
Or wowed me, I guess, to the point where I'm like, oh man, Sen really was a good replacement. Like so far I've been like, maybe they'll do something. I don't know. They haven't seemed to like be a smashing success. I know they're very young in this, and it's gonna take time. Which is understandable, but
I did find it funny earlier today on the content front. Did you see what happened with TL?
no.
They put out their squad video and then took it down and then uploaded a Jose Dioto and quad VOD review. Which or not quad, Jose Dioto and Quid video, which by all means fun. But I'm like, where's the squad video? I had that saved to watch later, and it's just not there anymore. It
Did
doesn't
it not do
exist.
well or something?
No, Ben, their content guy, put on Reddit saying had to fix something. Video will be back up in an hour or two. Apologies. And
Oh,
that was 8 hours ago.
okay.
So I don't know. It's just not there anymore. So I don't know. Your guess is as
It's a
good
strange
as mine.
move.
It is, and the VOD review video has no thumbnail.
What?
The like dead ass has no thumbnail.
No, it does not. I'm gonna go look this up. That's crazy work, bro. I mean, honestly, I feel bad. I know this is supposed to be a hype week, but low key, like, the numbers on EU were kind of crazy to me, and it threw me off, like to the whole week. I knew they'd be bad, right? You
Yeah.
do games on weekdays, or trying to get around Valorant or whatever, and on top of doing weekdays, like the LR experiment was probably the most mishandled bad idea
Well, no,
I've ever seen in
I
hindsight.
think
Like,
that title now goes to NLC, like that tier 2 or that tier 2
okay,
league.
yeah,
They take the
yeah,
cake. Did you see what happened with them today?
yes,
That takes the
literally
cake.
just playing League,
Yeah,
bro.
playing league, no cast, no nothing. That takes the cake for me. Oh, sorry, Luna. But no, I
Also, this
agree.
is
LR is the
crazy. You
closest
were
thing.
right. There's no thing.
Yeah, no thumbnail at all.
That's crazy work.
I know.
Oh, hey, it did it again.
It's back. Hey, there we go.
But yeah, I was dead. Like, bro, a 67% drop is nuts. Like, I knew it'd drop, but I was like, yo, bro.
What's that Final Four shirt?
Oh, this
Oh, the
one
one
is
you.
from Houston.
See, you're lucky. You're lucky. I went to the gym and have not gotten a shower yet, so I am not gonna put on my Florida Gators shirt yet. So,
Oh,
hey, we're on a hot streak now. We're locked.
you look hot.
We're likely a lock for a 2 seed. We are within the trapezoid of excellence now. I am
You look hot.
feeling good going into
Yeah.
March. Feeling very, very good. Do I think we're gonna go back to back? No, I think it's a lot of pressure, and I don't think Condon's the guy to clutch it out like Walter Clayton Jr. was last year whenever things get tough. But we'll see.
You do look really good. I was honestly happy Carolina just clutched it up to get in the tourney till our dude comes back.
Yeah.
They were talking about, so bro, he is going to be a top 4 pick. Love his tenacity. Bro wants to come back for the Duke game just because he says I don't like Duke. And I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I love that. But he has a broken hand. I'm like, brother, please, like, just sit out until March Madness.
Yeah. Way more important.
Yeah, he wants to play against Duke because he said, I want to sweep Duke. Like, I want to leave here having swept Duke. I want to beat them so bad. And I was like, you cannot make me love you anymore. But please sit out. Like, I beg you, brother. The Pacers need you.
I mean,
We're not losing for fun.
the Pacers do, but at the same time, Duke is #1 in the country right now.
Yeah,
could
but we
you-
already beat them once.
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
cool splitting.
That I
And,
get it,
like,
but like
to have him in the tourney, I'm cool splitting.
Duke is going to be the most picked 1 seed to win it all. By the way,
Yeah, that's fine.
I-
We'll beat them in the tourney.
I,
Beat them the
it's
third time.
It's the
I don't care.
biggest
We've done it
trap-
once.
It's the biggest trap pick in the world. Oh, dude, if the tournament makers were smart, they would put you guys in the same. Like, what seed are you guys project to be? Probably like what?
6 or 7, probably, because of his injury.
I mean, you need 8. 7 puts you on the bottom side, right? Assuming Duke's 1.
No, they wouldn't want to put us at 8. They want us on opposite. This is how they've always done it. We are always one on top and one on bottom. So like if it's south
So
and
you
west,
want it to be a Sweet 16
we're gonna
or a
be
Elite 8 game.
no. They always make it so we meet in the final 4.
That feels.
and it's only happened once.
But you guys aren't likely to get there.
No, but that's how you do it. We got there when we were an 8 seed to beat Duke in the final 4.
Ah.
And like
This year, I
if
don't-
there's any rivalry that's likely to do that, it's ours.
Yeah, but you got to get there first, and I don't think you guys are that great this year. I mean, even if he comes back for the tournament, like,
No, we're great if he comes back. I'm not even kidding. We beat Kansas by 15.
okay,
And people are like acting like Kansas are dogs. The only team we lost to really badly was Michigan State, but that was with again our third best scorer was out that game and hurt.
Michigan
so-
State's currently 13, Kansas 14. So
Yeah, Michigan State beat us bad, but that was because we were down a dude. And if you actually watch that game, which nobody does, because that was a November basketball game, but the court was literally they had to have dudes coming out like every commercial break and mopping the court because everyone was just slipping. And I hate to tell people this, but ACC basketball is a bit more built on athleticism than Big Ten basketball,
It is.
and it's hard to be athletic on a slippery court.
Big Ten's way more physicality, or at least it
Yeah,
historically
they're
has
way
been.
more built on that.
Yeah.
Like ACC is built to run.
What's the
And
SEC
ACC
then?
always
We just put up shots. Like it's not even athleticism. It's just fucking.
Yeah,
shot the ball.
SEC kind of doesn't. I feel like you guys are pretty young in the span of like what you are right now because you just haven't been that good yet for a while. I mean, you're still trying to leave the era of everyone just knowing the SEC as Kentucky.
Well, I mean, it was Kentucky and Florida, and we're kind of back in like the Florida era of it.
Yeah, but you were really just Kentucky for a good decade.
Well, okay, yeah, but like, fine.
What?
I'll give it to you. Fine, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll concede the point. It was Kentucky. You're right. And then it was Alabama for a bit, and then Alabama couldn't.
Yeah, but
hang, and then
Alabama
we-
didn't
we-
even do nothing.
No, we took over from that real quick, and it was like, okay, we're
Yeah.
back. Auburn was
But
good
now
there
you
for a
guys are
minute.
getting a good spread.
Yeah.
You're starting to look good. I think you guys are just like you occasionally pop off with really good classes.
We have like, I mean, it's once every like 15 years that we just have like this insane recruiting class.
No, for real.
Plus, our coaching staff is just second to none.
Because
as
Big
long as
12
we're-
basketball is everything that the Big 10 wishes it was. That's how I've always seen it.
Yeah.
Like Big 10 is physical, ACC is crazy athletes and guard play. That's always every ACC team you watch has some dude who can drop 30 for no reason. And then the SEC is becoming that where you guys are just getting crazy good guard play.
Yeah.
And the Big 12 is like just the dad of what Big 10 thinks they are. The Big 12 is super physical, like we play the game the right way, basketball.
Yep.
And the Big 10 goes every year, gets 8 teams in the tourney, none of them win, and everyone goes next year, holy cow, they're going to be so good this year. And then when we're on year 26 of the Big 10 not winning, Big 10 fans will go, the SEC hasn't won in a football championship in 3 years. Does that mean they suck? And it's like, brother, if you want to start talking band for band championships, you are going to be in the pits of hell in 5 minutes.
Yep.
You don't have enough. You just don't have enough to be doing this right now. But they love to.
Yeah. We got distracted with happy news about basketball so quick.
We did, because you guys are going to be good. But you have to set up the Duke Carolina Final Four game.
I mean, you kind
You
of
can't have them meet in the tourney, bro.
The more you say
that
it,
early.
the more I'm thinking about it. Is like, yeah, it
It's
makes
only
sense.
happened once, and they are going to keep trying to make it happen. Like, they have to try and make it happen. You know how boring it would be if we met in the Sweet 16?
You're
I
not-
mean, it'd still be the most watched game. Don't get me wrong.
Obviously.
Yes, the year we met in the Final Four, most watched game, way more than the final championship
yeah.
game was. Even though it was close, because it was still Kansas and Carolina. That was a crazy year, by the way.
It was.
Like,
Oh,
they got
dude.
so lucky. Villanova, Kansas, Carolina, Duke. You know how much cash that is?
Dude, that's basketball heaven. Like the
That's free
NCAA
money.
is just sitting there like rolling in it,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
getting off without even a touch. Like they're just having the time of their lives.
Oh, yeah. That's free. That's so much cash. Did you see Bill Simmons' thing today?
Yeah.
He dropped if the Pacers get AJ DePazziano, Adam Silver is going to break the league and try to fix it. And I was like, bro, you actually might. He's been fighting us for players being hurt. It makes no. Can I finally say without people calling me crazy? I think he doesn't like us.
No, I think he does.
Like, is it obvious enough yet? Last year, when I would say that, you'd be like, "You're just overreacting, bro. You guys are
look,
winning."
time has come. I
Yeah.
evolved my opinion. I'm allowed to grow as an individual. I'm
I
allowed
thank
to
you.
write off your bias initially, and then come back
Yeah.
later and say, "Hey, it might be the case now." Like,
Yeah,
sure, I'll give it to you.
I was getting treated like a flat earther when all I was saying was, "There's a lot of people on a list, bro," and everyone was like, bro, he's so wrong. And then all of a sudden it happens, and everyone's like, well, no. He fined us for losing, while the Jazz have literally made a life out of it. A life out of it. And this is the first year they ever get talked to. We lose, and they talk about changing the rules so that a team can't have a top 4 pick if they make the Eastern Conference Finals the year before. And you know what's crazy? They talked about that rule after we traded our pick to be protected top 1 to 4. That's wild speculation. Like, that's crazy coincidence. How do you even get there without it just being you don't like us? Like,
That's
crazy.
a great transition point
Okay.
to Los Ratonas and people hating them,
Oh yeah, yeah. Fair.
or the opposite, depending on how, the LEC is set out against Los Ratonas.
Yeah. Well, now with the EWC, can they come back?
They won't. There's no way. Cadril said it was
You
done.
don't think so?
No, when Cadril said it was done, I feel like everybody's done. They're just gonna move on.
Okay.
But it's interesting though. I genuinely like the future of this esport is just so like what the fuck is
Yeah.
happening right now. It's never been more apparent that that English speaking League of Legends is entirely reliant on a single individual and his brand.
Yeah.
I forget who I was talking to. Oh, I think I was talking to Cubs yesterday. But you know what I thought might be a good idea for someone? What? We got to charge it. It's on like 2%.
Go up here near the mat.
Cool. You know what I think somebody should try and do? One of our co-streamers should reach out to Cadril to see if he can be a mentor. Because one of the things I was
Like
thinking of,
NA1, okay.
kind of, because like one thing that we lack is like obviously the weeks where Cadril does not co-stream the LCS, viewership is low. Like our number jumped back up to 80,000 average for the entire season after this past week, purely because of Cadril co-streaming for a single weekend. And our number's now going to be high at the end of the split with finals because Cadril came in and just saved us at the end.
Yeah.
Cadril's not going to be able to do that every single week. So what if somebody offers to like try and learn under his tutelage, and like you have like a recurring segment each week where like Cadril checks in to like VOD review the co-stream or like review content or something like that, and just be like, Cadril he's now like what's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing, where like Cadril comes in and like the turtles are like small, but he's like he's the Shredder, the older rat, and then eventually the turtles grow up and then escort him out. That it's like, what if Cadril sets up somebody to be his NA like prospect, or like somebody that he can like take under his wing that like rats feel like they can go to watch North America, so like Cadril doesn't have to do it live, but the fans feel like it's a natural transition because it's somebody that they feel like is trusted because it's brought into the kind of Cadril network.
Mm-hmm.
Cadril
Do you think he'd
did
do
stream
that?
this past weekend, Archie? I don't know if he would do that. That's the only thing. Is like, obviously if you're gonna bring in somebody to mentor, you need to trust like everything about them, and like you need to have like that needs to be a level of like communication that like he had camaraderie with Dom, but like you need somebody to have that level of camaraderie with him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I mean, I can see. I think it would be a really good idea. I'm just curious if he would actually be willing to do that without, like you said, a Dom type figure, somebody kind of already pre-established.
yeah,
And I just don't know how well that would transition for that person.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything that lessens the load, because like relying on Cadril to carry this entire esport is a fool's mission. You need some way to usher in the next generation, or not even like the next generation, but just you gotta do something to capture that audience and like keep them entertained and involved in some way, shape, or form without it, without it feeling forced. I just don't know how. I don't know what the method is. But you look at that 67% drop for Los Ratones, and it's like, oh god. I
No,
don't
yeah.
know.
I mean, I think it's kind of the reality that this is why I didn't think co-streaming was a good idea. And even though it's saving the scene essentially, like I liked the vision behind teams having their own network per se, like the franchise teams, you know? But the problem with it is when we can't funnel everyone from the co-streams in playoffs to a main station essentially. This is what happens. Like this is the issue. Like if people are only watching the product because of Cadril, that's not like it. I'm sure to Cadril fans, it's like, oh, that's not a problem. That's fine, and I get why they feel that way, and they don't want to be forced to not watch Cadril to watch the games.
Yeah.
But it's a huge issue because if you can't make somebody who watches the French stream or the Spanish streams, right, move to a normalized broadcast by the end, then you don't really have them hooked fully to the product.
I think they're different though. Because it's a different language, I think it's different. Because they're naturally going to want to watch in French and Spanish. And I think that's a different product or service that like was not you had OTP for the French, but like let's be honest, like the K Corp co-stream and like Kometo like has become the official French side of things. So like different languages are kind of a separate conversation in my mind. But the English audience is definitely a problem. That you're right. Like if you can't get them to consolidate for something,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because I get, I get it's gonna be hard, like you're saying with the other language barriers. Maybe not an issue you can fully figure out, right? That's like standardized. But those are also, it's slightly worrying to me that we can only get people to watch those languages in all. They're also completely tied to teams.
Yeah.
And that's like another, they're like the same problem that we're in with the English side. Like it's all team based.
Is it?
And it's a cool idea. I mean, the other languages are like nobody watches OTP.
Sorry. I thought you meant North America. I was about to say nobody's.
No,
seen
no,
it.
I'm talking
Oh,
EU.
just
Yeah,
yeah,
EU.
Yeah, no, fine. Yeah.
Like it's one of those freak things where it's like, okay, this is good because we're popular again. But are we popular because of like 3 teams total? Which is not the worst thing, but not the best thing. Especially when one of those teams we knew was on borrowed time.
Yeah.
Like that just doesn't. I I just this is why I never thought the Los Ratones idea was a good idea. The way they did it. This is way too flash in the pan. You can't flash in the pan, people.
Well, I mean, you can, but then you dispel them from the ecosystem. Like
Yeah.
after that magic is done, you build up such a high that like everybody just dips. And I know there were people that were like, "Oh, wait until finals this weekend. I will see what the final like." I promise you, esports chart will come out and say it, and like they will note it. But
Yep.
ugh, if they were ever, we're talking purely LEC, like just their time in the LEC, not total tier 2.
I mean, it's still flash in the pan in general. Like a year
I mean,
of
yeah,
tier 2 into one split of this isn't like a crazy amount of time
no,
you gave people. Like that's like would we really think that Marvel was this massive success if all they did was put out Infinity War and Endgame? We think it was a massive success because it built all this stuff. Now afterwards, people had unrealistic expectations to keep that, right? But imagine if we didn't have the 20 other movies that made you look back on Marvel fondly. And instead, all we had was those maybe one movie leading up, like whatever led up to it. I can't remember if it was Ragnarok or if that was after.
It was
Versus,
after Love and Thunder is the one you might be thinking of.
yeah, if we had just that straight into Endgame or into Infinity War into Endgame, we'd be like, man, that was a really nice 3 years.
Yeah.
And that 3 years is double what we just got from Los Ratones. Like, and we're talking, they did what, almost 10, 15-year stint of just dropping really good movies.
Yeah.
But that at least grows a base and leaves something there. Like, then maybe you could grow into after, but you do have high shoes to fill, and they're going to keep struggling with that. But this is even worse because we didn't even get all the money in the build-up from that, right? Like, Marvel at least could put out 10 to 15 more failing movies that really they do make their money back, but we'll call them failing for the sake of what people feel is failing. They could put out 10 to 15 more of those and life still moves on.
Thank you, Jamada, for the raid real quick.
Nice.
Convenient timing on the topics that we're talking about.
Yeah. But they could put out quite a lot more. We can't really afford that, I feel like, the way
No.
LEC is doing this.
There's no way you go into LEC and Spring Split. We know the English viewership is going to be low. Like, it's 100% going to be low. There's no way you go into that if you're the LEC and not at least panic a little bit. You can't be carried by the French and the Spanish. There's no way you're happy with that. And it's not like the English audience has left entirely. They still show up for Worlds. They still show up for MSI, and they watch the LCK. Like that, I guess that's the bigger problem that you have right now. Is like the kind of underlying of all this is that every other league around the world is being devalued by the fact that the LCK keeps winning Worlds and is clearly the best league. So everybody naturally makes it a point to tune into the only region that can considerably win Worlds, barring like their one team that they might have in North America or Europe. And even then, most people don't have a team anymore, barring Los Ratones, so they're not watching.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do. Like next year is going to be so, not even next year, the rest of this year is going to be so interesting for Europe. So interesting.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't know how you get out of this. I mean, you essentially gave the people what they wanted and closed the book.
Yeah. They did the old LCS goodbye, farewell, funeral opening ceremony, and then
and then when they brought back the name
life.
and people had moved on, they were like, "What do you mean you moved on? Huh?" And now when like everybody's left LEC after they saw the thing they wanted to see, they're like, "Huh? What do you mean?" It's like, yeah, bro, I don't really know what you thought was gonna happen.
It's dude. It is so fascinating watching. I know nobody else here is really tapped into like the Call of Duty scene and is watching like the massive debates that are going on right now in that space, but it is so weird having two esports going through kind of similar problems in completely different ways and just watching them unfold. Because like, so the interesting debate in the Call of Duty community right now is that all of the games that are played outside of the 4 majors and Call of Duty champs are played online. But everybody's conveniently in Texas because the internet speeds are the best. So there's a conversation around, hey, can't everybody get together in like one of the offices and like kind of make it like a LAN thing? Like even for marketing purposes, like, something like that. Like get together, you can film some content and also have your league match, etc. And then there's another side of it that's like, why would we waste that money? Let's just do online tournaments. Old school. Online tournaments, like get rid of the league matches. Every weekend, we have an online tournament that plays Saturday, Sunday, and where you finish is your points that build up towards this major.
Okay.
And the community
That'd
is
be
just
kind of
like,
cool.
It's how it used to be. Like every weekend, you would tune into the 2Ks and the 5Ks and watch them as
Yeah.
teams competed for points, and then the top 12 teams or top 12 point teams would go into the pool play stage of whatever tournament it
Mhm.
was, and then the rest would qualify through online or like the LAN qualification itself. So it's like it's very old school. But like I was thinking about it in terms of League of Legends, like you couldn't get away with that with League. There's no way.
No.
People want their League matches. So it's not an applicable, like it's two completely different worlds where like I can't apply that philosophy to League of Legends at all. Even though I think online tournaments would be great, they'd be a ton of fun. I think people want the league setting. Like we are so accustomed to it. But at the same time, the league setting is failing.
Yeah. No, I think what like the big issue for LEC was they put all their fans into a non-franchise team in a franchise league.
Yeah.
And that's like insane. And I know people are going to say, "Oh, well that's just how it built, right?" I get it. Whatever. Like that was a natural build. But you can't just you got to figure out a way to not let that happen. And either A, you need to force your co-streamers into teams.
Which the LEC is for the most part done.
Yeah, and they didn't do with Casual, which was their huge mistake.
Well, they did. They just
Like you,
they made an exception, which fucked them.
yes, they should not. Honestly, you just don't do it. Like you really it's gonna sound harsh and it's gonna sound dumb to people. You are better off DMCAing something like that than letting it become what it did. Like what happened there, him getting bigger than the product is why like a Goodell would never have let this happen, to be honest.
No.
Like you just can't let something become bigger than the product. And it's why like when you compare NFL and NBA, right? NFL doesn't have this problem because they make sure that nobody gets too big for the product, even Tom Brady, like Patrick Mahomes. They're not going to kill the product if they leave. NBA has like a real problem where they went from Jordan to LeBron. And yes, there's a bit of Kobe sprinkled in there, but Kobe wasn't pulling what LeBron and Jordan were. And they like when you go from that Jordan to LeBron and then you have nobody else to take the reins after, you're cooked
Yeah.
because you let guys get bigger than the product.
Yep. Which, to be fair, part of natural. I don't like.
Yes, it happens naturally.
It
It
is
can.
it is a 5v5 sport versus an
Yep.
11v11. So one is definitely like bigger, broader team versus individual person can absolutely carry things.
Mhm.
I just don't know. It's what makes me happy that like after, even though like I'm under Riot's, list of co-streamers for like individuals, so I am under that casual exemption as that the LCS has. It makes me happy that that won't be the case for another split. It's literally just
Yeah.
like that for lock-in, because that, like, even if I'm not officially put under like the team that I pick's banner, like I still basically will be. Like I'm making the entire co-stream modeled around the team because I think that's the best model in which it works. So like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a good
No, yeah, I think you literally have to do it because
You can't though. You can't now. You cannot
well,
go back. There's
oh
no.
yeah. No,
So what do you do?
that's
Like, okay,
true.
Commissioner Paul, what do you do right now? Like what's going into next year, what's your play? And it has to be
For
realistic.
LEC,
LEC and LCS, both of them. You're okay, not even Commissioner Paul, John Needham, Paul Green the fourth, okay?
it's a big.
Head of League of Legends product. Okay?
Huh.
You get plopped in starting in July. There'd be like your recruiting career is done, your League of Legends career has begun. You're going to usher us into the new era of League of Legends. What responsible and reasonable choices are you going to make?
I am taking all the resources I have of every employee I have right now, and I am making us figure out how to make a Super League work. Because that's gonna really be the only way to get out of this.
We are just fully like full steam ahead on the Super League, aren't we?
I think we have to be. I am making a Super League. And I'm letting this is why I'm making the Super League is because I'm going to let the teams that truly care and whatever, I'm gonna let them do their thing, right? Like you can have an LCS still, don't get me wrong. You can have an LEC. You can have a CB LOL. But that's your problem. That is now not Riot's like core issue. That goes online to you guys. Do what you want. These studios that we're running with 200 people, that the crowds sound okay, not great. This isn't happening anymore, and we're figuring out how to take our budgets and push them towards a more realistic, like well-produced, bigger events.
And more of them, assumedly.
Yes, more of them. And we're gonna go back to the major circuits if we have to, because that seems to do way better than whatever we're doing right now.
I think you have to keep Worlds at a minimum.
Oh, 100%. There will be a Worlds at the end of the year.
I'm just
Like World stays.
So what do you do like a major? Do you do a major a month, or how do you space it out?
That's a good question. Cause what you have? So Worlds is October. Start in January. So what you'd have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
You
Don't we
probably want
usually
to
not
take
play in September though?
September. We've been cutting it close now. We've been going like 2 weeks prior. I
Okay.
personally, I think give it 3 weeks off and then Worlds. Like
Mhm.
give it time before that.
So we'll have 8 months. I'm gonna say you have like a February major. Is February too early? I feel like February is too early.
I don't think so. Because
Would it not be?
well, because if you're doing tournaments, it's not like I think you're thinking it's too early because you're like how am I going to fit in regular season, et cetera, stuff like that. It's like
Yeah.
if you're doing a tournament circuit, you're getting rid of that.
True. Okay, then we're doing, yeah, February major, and then what, an April major, and then a June major,
And an August major. So you're doing four
and an
major.
August
So you're doing
major.
4 majors and a champs. Or like
Yep.
a world. 4 majors and a worlds.
Yep.
And then what's filling the void? What's going in between?
And those 4 majors cover the 4 main regions. There we go. Okay, this is coming together. It's coming
There's
together.
5
So
main regions.
well, who's the 5th main region?
LCP.
Yeah, okay, bro. 4 main regions are covered.
Okay.
They're good. They'll be fine.
I'm trying. I tried preaching for before anybody in chat comes at me. I tried standing up to the little guy, but Commissioner Paul here's being a bit of a dictator and just eliminating one of them.
Yeah. Well, the 10 people who are
Archie
going to be mad.
Archie brings up a valid point. Good luck cutting out 30 plus franchise teams. LEC and LCS team owners may be pussies, but LCP or LPL and LCK owners are bigger than Riot and will take you to court and sue the shit out of Riot.
I didn't kill the leagues. They still exist. I'm just inviting other teams to my majors. I told you they still exist. I'll let them go in the studio and play in front of 10 people with my skeleton crew. I don't care. I'll fulfill my contract. And I'll do it as toxically as I want to. It's my company. I'm CEO. I'll keep fulfilling it. They can figure it out.
This is the best exercise I've ever done on this podcast. Dear God, this is so much fun.
But I'll keep filling it out for them, whatever. But at this point, I feel like it's okay. I would need to know one thing though. Is it like in the contract the stipends? Because if the stipends aren't in the contract, I'm pulling the stipend and telling teams, "Hey, you still owe me the money for your spot too." Or we can call it good and we both go our separate ways. That's how I would get them to break it. I'd be like, you ain't getting a stipend from me, buddy, and you can pay me on time, and if you don't want to, you can leave. That's your choice. And I guess I have a good feeling most of these teams can't pay. A very good feeling. And I know all these LCK low bottom feeder teams ain't making money because Gen G's struggling to make money.
I'd be curious to know how that legal process would go down. It'd be so messy, but it'd be so much fun. Oh,
I mean,
dude,
this is why I would take my whole team. I obviously don't have all the contract language. I would need a lot of people.
I look. I genuinely think that's best for the esport long term. Personally, I do. But like, I'm so nervous about what's to come in the next few
Well,
years.
the main reason I'm putting it on the teams to do the local leagues is because the onus needs to go back on them for pressure. Like they've gotten away with essentially being. I'm also probably talking this way because I just went to a new recruiter school, and the basically 90% of it was having accountability over yourself, and I can just already tell none of these teams have like accountability. I mean, from a finances standpoint, like they don't have accountability. They ain't answering to anything. If I mean genuinely, like I sat in that class the whole time and they were like, the numbers are the way you can sell yourself to not get fired. If your numbers meet these metrics, you're good. Blah blah blah, you know? They were explaining everything about our job. And all I can think about right now is if these dudes were sitting in what I just sat in and were being told the numbers is how we decide to keep you around, do you really think all these franchises are earning their 800K stipend?
No,
And I mean
no,
earning it.
no. Earning it? Fuck no, no.
Yeah, there's no way. No way. They are being subsidized and saved, to be honest. I'm not calling them all lazy, but you can work hard and be bad at it. It happens. Pull that one from my class. But it just happens to people. And some of these guys could be. And I mean, maybe this is the army coming out of me and I'm being a jerk, but if you suck this bad, like what do you want them to do? Like at this point, prove yourself and make them restart it. Take the teams who succeeded and go build your super league, quote unquote, whatever. And you're doing that because if we're being honest, going on the road with these teams and giving people a once a year opportunity to see Faker, Chovy, like who from NA, I guess, like a TL C9, giving everybody their chance to see their team play in a big arena against some of these great teams is worth it.
Oh, agreed. To be very clear,
Yeah,
agree.
like
It is shit that you have to wait at minimum 2.5 years to see like a domestic tournament. Because like think about it, after Worlds this year, when will North America see an MSI or Worlds? It won't be until Worlds is in 2026. So we'll have Worlds again in 2030. So that means July of 2029 will be the next time that the United States sees international competition.
mhm.
Faker's
If we're
Faker's
around.
contract ends in 2029. The next time Worlds comes here,
Oh dear.
Faker legitimately could retire before the next Worlds happens in North America. Put that into perspective. And the next international event could possibly not feature him if he's not good. Like, we don't know where he'll be at in 3 years. Like, I don't know.
Well, I hear what Knox is saying on Premier League, but Premier League like way bigger than what we're talking about here right now.
Premier League also has financially profitable leagues. Like
They're
the
spending some dumb money, some of them, but they can even that out and be profitable if they want to be. I don't think some of these teams could even be profitable if they wanted to be.
I think all of them could, but I think players like you'd lose because of the dynamic of how everything works. We would lose all of our talent. Because the reality is, for everybody to be profitable, I'd imagine they'd have to be the average salary for everybody probably has to be around like 100,000 at most. Like at most. So you're going to lose a lot of players over to Europe. I doubt many get chances in Korea, to be honest. But at minimum, like Europe will siphon them off. I don't see a world where we get to that point.
And do you think they could be profitable without the stipend?
No. Oh, without stipend? No, they couldn't be at all.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, the
'Cause-
stipend should be there. Like that's the,
Yeah,
that's the
100%,
minimum
yeah.
that Riot can do as part of being in this league and you attracting sponsors and beyond. Nox said you get realistically NA and you get 3 teams max. Honestly,
Mhm.
this might be a hard thing for a lot of people to accept, but that's fine. I think Europe, there's an argument for 4. K Corp, MCOY, G2. I wouldn't put Fnatic in there right now, for sure.
No, they'd have to sell off, and their new people would have to like be committed.
Navi, I think, would be a fine 4th, actually.
Yeah.
Like from a branding point of view, I think Navi's fine. North America,
T9TL, Fly.
I think that's
Who's
fair.
your 4 DSG?
If we are being completely honest, and like if you force me to cut this down to 3 teams right now, it's C9, it's Fly, and it's TL, and nobody else is even close to the conversation. You're gonna piss off Toast. I agree. You're gonna piss off Sentinels. I agree. Like, sure, but like I'm sorry, those 3 are clearly above everybody else in my opinion.
Yeah, and just throw away Sen, bro.
Shopify might have the money
Like-
right now, but like they don't have the brand for it.
Well, low key, we do have some of the higher watched
You do, yeah.
ones. I don't know how. I don't know where we all are. It still confuses me.
FlyQuest still turns up viewership. I think people are like confusing results with like value.
Yeah.
If we're talking like the value that these orgs bring to the league, I mean, in that case, like you're legit. Like if people want to discount Fly, in that case, the only 2 that you're even putting in that conversation is TL and C9, and that's it.
Yeah, which you can't really kill the whole thing.
No. Have a Champs League then? I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about, more or less, is like a Champions League. Which I think is fine.
Yeah. No, it's pretty much what you're doing, but you're doing it because the Super League is like really your best way to save it. Now, if you don't want to do it, then fine, do what Call of Duty is kind of talking about. I don't mind that too much. If you wanted to do online tourneys for NA or whatever,
And honestly, like I know people are like
to qualify for them.
people are really married to this idea of league play. Look, just coming from somebody that comes from a esport separate from this, I'm not as much. I don't mind weekly online tournaments that have a point system that fill into something. But I think the league audience is so accustomed to it that I'm not sure how they handle it. I don't know if you'd be able to get away with that.
I don't know if they could handle it either. I really don't. It's not. I don't think league fans are really built for what that would take, and for the fact that we then would have to watch a quote unquote bad product, whatever that's supposed to mean, even though it doesn't matter, and I think people would show up. I mean, I'm not saying you just like completely dump everything off, but mainly, like, who really cares who watches the qualifying tourneys at this point? We're hosting those 4 majors and worlds because those are the money makers.
Yeah, and that like
And
all
we need
your
to figure
attention
out
goes
how
into that.
those make money. And one of them is going to be an EWC.
Yeah.
And if that makes people mad, then fine. But that's if you really want the honest truth, most of these teams are only alive because of Saudi money that they're taking at this point.
Oh yeah.
Like
The
that's just how it is.
I talked about it today in my franchising video that
Yeah, I
the
heard.
the Saudi money literally replaced the venture capital bubble. That's all it
Did
did. Like you are like people are I don't want to call people dumb because it like people are smarter than they give themselves credit for, but they're just not thinking enough through it. It's like, where do you think this money's coming from?
Hmm.
We are not earning enough revenue. Esports fans are not buying into this system enough to warrant all of this. And
Mhm.
that's a harsh reality that we are eventually going to have to come to terms with. Because once the Saudi bag ends, there is nothing after it. There is no saving grace. There's nothing like it's darkness, it's oblivion, it's a problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
Four majors is not enough. Here's the thing that people aren't considering in this chat. You have 5 tournaments, you have 4 majors, and you have worlds. You have EWC mixed in, and you have the Nations Cup or like the country one. That's 7 tournaments in a year with online qualifiers for all of them. That's fine. That is 100% fine. Because it's not like you're going to be, it's not like it's just, oh, these tournaments happen over the course of 2 weeks and then there's nothing. It's like, no, you have a bunch of stuff going on in the process and the build up to it. So I think there's more to it than people give it credit for. But I do understand the point. Either way, this is all hypothetical spitballing, regardless. But
Yeah, and really those 5 tourneys are plenty because you're talking about those tourneys could take, like those majors could take 2 to 3 weekends. We don't have to make them just this quick in and out thing, like one weekend, if unless we want it to be. Like
yeah,
we could make it a 2 weekend tourney, whatever, or multi days. Like do what we got to do to make it worth it, you know.
yeah. I mean, I think you do
But
like 2 weeks of
you
games.
don't
Like
have
you
to
do.
run out the you don't have to run out the arena that whole time either.
No, the arena, I think you rent out for like a week. Like the first week you do in like a smaller area that kind of like how CS does theirs, where it's like they do theirs with no fans. It's entirely online, but I think you do like a smaller staging area that's like a Broadway theater style, like 2 to 3,000,
Yeah.
and then you do that for the first week, and then the second week you open it up to like 10, 20K, and then go from there.
Yeah. Because you're trying to make these like more like the MSIs and make them interesting. And you're keeping your normal invited teams
It
and
doesn't
you're
sound interesting.
dumping.
Archie, I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. Brother, I've been in the Call of Duty scene for what, 14 years now? Don't tell me what I don't know or what I do or don't know whenever I've literally like it literally is a CS or used to be a CS cycle but smaller with smaller crowds. Like I'm very well aware of the buildup of these things. So I know what can be enough if you space it out appropriately. Anyways, sorry, said my piece.
I mean, it's also just I'm not copying whatever Dota and CS are doing. Like I care about their major systems at that point. We're doing kind of a way bigger thing. Like this is going to be bigger than that because the teams are going to be just bigger names, and we know we're going to get viewers. And this is to wrap up the crowds that clearly don't care as much about domestic leagues. I mean, I don't
No,
know how
they just
else to
don't
say
like
it. The
that's
numbers show it.
at least within English speaking audiences, yeah, the numbers show it. We care about one league and one league only, and it's the LCK.
Yeah.
And it's not our
I
league.
mean, yeah, and the idea of doing these isn't just to get more English people watching LCK, right? It's to get English people to watch the C9 and the TL to build up American teams a
Yes.
bit.
You
That's
have
the
to.
goal of it.
You have to. You cannot have your English speaking audience following nothing but the Korean teams.
Yeah, because that's how it is right now.
Yep.
They're, I mean, it just is what it is. The numbers just don't say that this works.
I don't know.
Like, at least we've seen this play out. And it is very clear that League of Legends fans do not want or have not shown to want 6-ish months of domestic play.
Yeah, that era's done. It's like it is so over at this point.
And the reason we're doing, to remind people, the reason we are doing 4 majors and worlds is because worlds is such a big thing and takes so long.
It's literally over a month.
Yeah.
Like that's people. I don't think people understand just how long that is from a logistics point of view.
Yeah.
Like take a
And if you
month
want to
out of your
get,
life to dedicate to that. That is a lot.
honestly, think about it too. If you want to get the money value out of all the Riot Game studios we have, low key, you could just host the first 2 weeks at all those studios and then go to the venue
I mean, that
for the
honestly,
last
that's
2
smart. No,
weekends
that's 100% smart.
and make the majors a month. Like, just add an insane amount of random games for seeding.
I mean,
Like,
not even random games. You just do like full. I don't know. You go TI style maybe. I don't know. You do like the best.
they're
of three.
essentially worthless games, but they make people happy.
Well,
So-
I mean, worthless, but like so. The internationals old format I thought was really good, which was just like I think it was 16 teams, give or no, it was like 20. I forget how many teams it was, but you basically played a single round robin within your group, best of 3, and the last place team in each group was eliminated. Everybody else got seeded into a double elimination bracket somewhere. That's enough.
yeah.
How do we get franchise owners to agree to this? Here's the best part. In my opinion, like this, is this reality? No, but it's kind of the truth. What power do org owners actually have?
A lot at this point.
Not a lot. I think if Riot wanted to force this, they could. There's going to be a lawsuit. I hope they trust their lawyers. But like, I'd be curious to know. I'd be curious to know how that goes. Archie said 2 groups of 9 for Dota. So yeah, 2 groups of 9, and then one team is eliminated from each, which puts it to 16 teams, which you then feed into a double elimination bracket, and you just play that all the way through. That's fantastic.
Yeah. And I know there's also the world of like, oh, well, what happens to the LPL teams that built their stadiums and blah, blah, blah. Well, a lot of those teams are going out anyways.
I was gonna say they're a lot of them are not making it work financially.
Yeah.
Like a lot are not making it work. So like this is one of those where like it sounds great, like they're gonna protest, but I think the money is so tight for many of them, and I don't know how valid their case is without knowing the language of the contracts, and that's all
Yeah.
within the team participation agreements. But like,
Also, how many of them can afford to do this legal battle?
that's a great question.
This is going to be an
if
expensive
they
legal
pull their
battle.
resources together, I'm sure they might have enough. But like, you're going against Tencent. Like that's the part that I don't
Yeah.
think people understand is like, if Riot wanted to force this through, and there's a like they're making the pitch to Tencent that it's worth going to the legal battle for this, and like, this is gonna save you money in the long term. Like, Tencent might be willing to fork over that money for the battle. And
Yeah.
once you bankrolled it and you're facing Tencent's pockets, you're fucked. You can't win. Good luck.
Yep. Because, yeah, just let the domestic teams try to keep their leagues going that are
There's just
left that you don't invite.
That's
And give them the uninvited slots. Like, have your guaranteed invited teams. Honestly, I wouldn't mind it like this. Have your guaranteed invitees. So let's say we have 16 teams we invite regularly. And then, 8 slots that we let uninvited come in. So there's 24 teams. So we do 2 groups of 12s instead. Just make it bigger. But those 8 teams, like they play in their little online, or if it's streamed, I don't care, qualifiers before every single major, with the points you were talking about, and let the invited teams play in those if they want to.
I mean,
Like if they want to show up to play in one and put a little prize pool money in there, let the invited team play in it if they want to, And if they win it, obviously they don't destroy the other teams from going because those teams are going to get points or whatever to go to the major. But if they win it, good for them. They get their prize money
Yeah.
from that qualifier, and then they go to the major to maybe win that for more prize money. Because bonuses are going to be
Yeah.
a bigger deal than you wasting all this money on all the other junk we're doing right now.
It'd also be interesting to see how much. Imagine that world. Imagine how roster changes work.
Yeah.
There'd be so many roster changes throughout the year as people
There would be.
continuously retool after like each tournament.
Yeah. No, there would be.
It'd be wild. I don't know. I'm curious to see because like obviously this year's gonna play out as is. But if my thought is, so Riot obviously has to make their choices by like July of what they want to do for 2027. We'll know midway through spring whether we think Riot's going to take severe action or not. We'll know based on the LCS viewership and the LEC English viewership whether Riot needs to step in and do something. If not, and they're somehow just letting this die, then that to me, I don't think is an option in my mind. Like I think esports are too much of a marketing appeal for them, even if they're saying it's not, and like we have to be our own standalone profitable thing. I get that, but there's no way that Riot fully lets it die. So like, I think we'll know by the end of spring not what move, but like what direction we need to go in, whether it's drastic or stable.
Yeah.
Which I know a lot of people were like, oh, because we just, we're kind of guilty of this, of like, hey, the LCS needs to be back in the stable spot, give it a stable product, and maybe it can grow. But like, we'll see what the viewership tells all. If the viewership drops, then you're in panic territory regardless.
Yeah, and I don't see Riot being in a position where they're actually like, oh, you know what? This is going perfect. We don't need to fix anything, because I don't think they believe that.
No, they don't. If we are having these conversations and they're on the inside and they have the data, there's no way they will.
Yeah.
Make a Western League with any. I could see them doing that step next. That I could.
Yeah.
I think that's a reasonable middle ground of like Riot might try that before they just blow it up. But I think at that point then it feels like a halfway measure to the end result still being the same, which is again just like global league and tournaments. Like it feels like at that point you're consolidating it down to the point where it's like, why even have these? Like just go to the bigger thing.
That's probably the hardest one they're going to have to fight is the EU teams. To make a global league happen.
Oh yeah, because
I don't see them
majority
consolidating EU within without getting a global league.
No,
Because fighting that legal battle for them to then combine them with NA isn't worth anything. We don't bring anything
no, we bring nothing to the table.
to the table. Yeah.
Unless they're just blanketly expanding the league.
Yep.
Of which then I think they might have an argument that they don't want to bring us in because we might actually hurt them.
Yep.
It's like, if you have that one house in your neighborhood that doesn't take care of anything, it does decrease your property value. So
Yes, sir.
you do have to be mindful of the people that you bring in. I don't know. I will say, if you are a fan of like old school LCS, LEC, like you like the systems that were, this is probably a terrifying time for you as a fan. If you plan on watching competitive League of Legends and have no intention of quitting regardless of what it looks like, it's a very thrilling time. Because anything is possible, and yet nothing is also possible at the exact same time. And honestly, to Archie's point, it 100% would be hosted in EU because that's morning for us, and we can make that work here in America. We simply could.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to that. That might be this might be the most controversial thing I've said, but like you're telling me weekends from 11 to like 4 o'clock, I get to watch League of Legends, dude. That's an hour before big noon kickoff. That's college football hours. I'm
Yup.
fine with that. I got no
Yup.
issue, and I still get to go out at night. Like I
Yup.
genuinely have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because I don't really see. I don't know. I don't see a clear path out for NA League at this point. I also think it adds a lot for the content creators too, like you and Cloud, the
Oh,
growing
yeah.
ones. Like I think you guys need. It would help you guys a ton to have more international involvement to get those fans.
Oh, dude, I see it in all my like Europe
Yeah,
has
your growth is
Europe
just so
has
much more aggressive.
quickly come into a lot of my comments. And like you know what? I'll pull up the demographic information right now just so I can 100% like speak on truth to this. Community, or let's go to analytics, let's go to audience. All right, YouTube, I will say 79% of my audience is between the age of 18 to 34. 35 to 44 is an additional 15%, and then it expands out from there. If you had to guess what you think the geography of my channel is, like country-wise, who do you think takes what do you think are the top 5 countries in order? We'll do this Family Feud style. Give me your top 5. And I'll count your X's.
Of your
YouTube
viewership?
geography, which is my
Okay,
my
top 5
fastest.
in order.
Any I'll give you the order. Just pick the countries and I'll let you know if they're on the leaderboard.
Okay, America.
America is number 1. Yes, 45.3% of my audience. Now, I think a reason. Here's a disclosure that I will get out of the way to save you a guess and save you a check mark. Of this, the percentage doesn't add up to 100
Okay.
fully, purely because
So America's 34.
America's 45%.
45.
But the rest
okay.
don't add up to 100 because there's a lot of people that don't disclose their geography.
Okay. So America's 45.
At number 1, the most viewed. So you got 1.
Canada?
Canada number 2 at 6.2%.
Canada's number 2?
Yes, Canada's number 2,
Oh,
6.2%.
Oh no. I didn't expect Canada to be that high. Um Shoot. Ew. America, Canada, European countries. UK?
UK is number 5 at 3.9%. Yep.
Okay. It wouldn't be France, I wouldn't think. They speak their own. Germany?
Germany is number 4. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that doesn't help me.
You are
Number
missing
3.
1.
Am I allowed to get a continent, or does that make it too easy?
No, I gotta let you. You still have 3 strikes left. I will give you a continent if you,
Okay.
if you get.
So UK was 5, Germany 4. Well, fine. I'm gonna throw them out. France.
Nope, that's your 1. That's 1 miss.
Dang, bro. Shoot. Korea.
Second miss.
What? No way.
Now Korea, I don't know if they have YouTube. I genuinely don't
okay,
know
my
because
bad.
Korea is not even listed in the countries, which I know is some like there has to be a good portion of Korea. Okay, Korea is officially listed in like 15th as 0.7%,
Okay.
but I know that's not true because like a lot of Korean fans come through. So that's 2 misses.
Brazil.
That's your 3rd miss. I will say it
Dang.
is Asia.
It was Asia.
It is
Bruh.
Asia, but it is not South Korea.
Can't be China, bro. What is it? What, like something weird, like Indonesia?
Coming in at number 3, 4.3%. The Philippines.
What? Philippines?
The Philippines.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Country? What do you mean? What is that?
No, I'm just saying, why Philippines?
I don't know.
Bruh. That ain't even fair, bro. Whatever. I ain't gonna get Philippines.
Now, an interesting part. So my biggest platform obviously is TikTok by a pretty substantial margin. Let's do the same exercise, but for TikTok. And
Okay.
let's go the last 60 days. 5.1 million views over the last 60 days.
I didn't even know Filipino people speak that much English.
Yep. Viewers that
Crazy work.
watch my content also watch Peacock, the NFL, Disney, TMZ, and Mobile Legends Philippines.
Sure,
So
bro.
here we go. This is gonna be a fascinating one that I'm genuinely excited for you to guess on. Top 5 countries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 countries. Place your guesses.
America
Number 2 is America.
for TikTok.
For TikTok, number 2 is America.
Canada.
Number 3 is Canada.
China.
China is not on there, and China does not have TikTok. China has Red Note, other apps.
TikTok.
I will give
Germany.
you a hint without you. I will not count that. There is not a single European country listed in the top 5 on TikTok.
Okay, Brazil.
Brazil is not on there.
Bro. Philippines.
Philippines is at number 4. Yes. So you got
What
you got
is
2,
this,
3,
bro?
and 4.
Okay. Who's number 1? Does Korea have TikTok?
They might. I'm gonna count that as my number 1, purely because the number 1 with 37.1% of my audience just says other. It doesn't even give a
Oh.
country, which I'm assuming is people using VPNs, possibly Korea, because I have a lot of Korean audience that watches some of my stuff on TikTok, and a lot of Europe as well, that maybe they just aren't registered in some way, shape, or form. But you need number 5. I'll give you 2 more guesses.
For 5. Other is Asian. Philippines.
I just said it wasn't European. That's the only thing I said.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking. Mexico.
No, you get one more guess.
It's either Australia.
Bingo, you got it.
Let's go.
You
Let's
got it.
go.
They're my 5th most watched over on TikTok.
What a pull.
That was a clutch guess. There's no. What made you think of that one? Why Australia?
English.
Yeah,
English
okay.
and not banned.
Yeah.
Australians want to ban TikTok. They don't care.
Yeah.
That's really all I was thinking. They probably don't care.
So yeah, that's the list, and that is proof that, like, if I was making Call of Duty content, the majority of my audience would be American. They ain't. The majority of my audience is spread around the world. But we already predicted the LCS. You said that you had C9 winning, or did you have no? You had Lion or C9 winning it all. You had C9 3-1, right, over Lion.
C9 winning, yeah, 3-1 over Lion.
Give me your LEC and give me your LCK. Who's going to first stand out of BFX and D plus Gia?
Oh yeah, because Gen G's just locked.
Yep.
D plus Kia. Just vibes. I don't have a reason.
Smash is going to
Vibes.
first stand before Faker this year, or Smash is
Mhm.
going to an international event before any of T1.
Yeah, sure.
All right, and LEC, K Corp, Nkoi, Giant X, G2. Who takes it? In Spain.
K-Core.
You think K Corp, even with the Spanish crowd, takes it?
Sure.
I need at minimum KC to win that first game because that KC versus Mkoi battle in Spain will feed families. Oh, it's going to be
It
so
will.
good.
It will.
Any final notes before I log us off for tonight?
I hope Shopify is prepared for Split 2. That's all I ask. Just be prepared.
We will see.
I just hope they're prepared.
I hope we get roadshow announcements. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. But I'm hoping we get it this weekend. God only knows. All right. That's going to be it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching over on Twitch, be sure to drop a follow on the channel. If you're over on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. Neighbor Harry came in with a chat and said, new fan, love the content and what you're adding to the LCS scene. Even though today we preached for the active destruction and the Super League with Commissioner Paul in charge, I will take that. Thank you very much. The pit will be out tomorrow at 4 o'clock, a day earlier because I don't want to put content out on the same day that League of Legends games will be played. Obviously, way too much going on, so not worth doing that. So the pit tomorrow, lunchtime, should be fun. Beyond that, that's it for us. I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.